Special disclaimer that I, Mystic, am an employee of Wizards of the Coast on the D&D team.
Last time on Utopia podcast, the party continued to fight statues and chitinous creatures to get Ziba's backpack back after it was stolen from camp the night before. They then decide to head toward the large stone magical structure that Bitsy had seen the night before. And that is where we find the party.
The party has left the road, quite a ways away from the road, actually. After searching for Ziba's pack, fighting some creatures, and realizing that those creatures may have been guarding something, you all decided to head over to a strange, glowing, pillared thing that Bitsy had spotted the day before. It's surrounded by trees and woods, but the clearing kind of opens up, and inside are these 4 pillars surrounded by a glowing magical light that seem to like flash with runes. There's a raised precipice of stone that these pillars kind of surround, and in the center of that precipice of stone is a chest, and above that chest is floating some kind of black void of a circle. Seems flat if you look at it straight ahead, but if you bend down a little bit, you can see that it is open and wide.
Does anyone know detect magic? Although I didn't.
Well, that I should be able to take care of, yes. And I'm also happy to start investigating what this all might be. I think Morgus is, like, reaching for his metal orb, and he's taking a particularly close look at those runes to see if they indicate anything that he might understand, whether it's a language or a formula or something like that.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
And do. 14.
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Infernal.
You don't know the language. But the magic seems familiar. But you're still not sure what it could be. Generally, you get that it's protection magic. Someone really doesn't want folks getting to this chest, it seems.
It wouldn't happen to be celestial, would it?
It is not.
I think
if Scylla peers over Morgus's shoulder, any chance she can see what the language is?
It comes in like flashes. So it's hard to tell full words, but as you look at the runic shapes that it makes, it does look familiar to you, Scylla.
I would like to point out that it's easy for Scylla to look over Morgus's shoulder.
Scylla's acting a little bit like it is, as not to make you feel bad about it.
If we want to wait
Crouches down just to look over his shoulder.
If you all like to wait for an hour, I can ritual cast comprehend language. I could also just do it instantly.
I think...
Whatever you would prefer.
I mean, if we'd like to take sort of 10 or 11 minutes, I can cast Detect Magic as a ritual just to sort of confirm what I'm thinking here.
Well, I need a hot sec to go through my pack, make sure nothing's missing anyway, so might as well go through it.
Oh, there we
Already
go.
digging through.
Morgus will get started on the
There we
ritual cast
go.
of Detect Magic.
Yeah, and Livia will start with comprehend language. He'll begin his vibe.
Godfrey wants to walk the length of the death that emanates from this place.
Yeah. It's just a square. Around the exterior, you're happy to walk it. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I just kind of want to gauge if it's just a hard cutoff, if it's something that's slowly creeping out from this place and seeping into the natural world.
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, hot start. So it's a natural 1 for a 0 on my investigation.
That's how we got into this mess.
It's happening again.
You have no idea. No idea.
Interesting.
What is distracting Godfrey?
His interaction with the crows that had flown out of the statues. I feel like every moment he's crouching down to see it, he's just getting flashes back of that place with those crow monsters, and it's just making him unable to focus on the task at hand. So his walking the perimeter to try to find something has just become his way of trying to get away from that combat.
Absolutely. Anyone else doing anything? Ziba, you find everything else in your pack. Nothing has been taken.
Trust no one. Gotta be sure.
Any more goo that was
I've had
unaccounted
too many
for?
things go missing from my backpack, alright?
Maybe extra goo.
No pressure, Liz, but you do see Ziba searching through her backpack, which reminds you what you learned at the carousel court.
Yeah, if this is the timing that I think Scylla has been looking for since we've hit the road, I'm gonna kind of gather everyone around while we're casting and figuring things out. Back at Ulu's, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I thought I saw hanging around the workshop one of those scales from the crown from your friend Ziba.
Where?
Back at Ulu's, but there was I didn't see any sign of her.
Are you sure they didn't take it?
I didn't think to ask.
They were really insistent. They wanted us to show them the crown. Maybe they took it for themselves. It's not nice to go through other people's things.
Can we talk while we're ritual casting?
If you're both ritual casting, then no. You're focused solely on what's going on. You can hear everything that they're saying, but your focus is on what you're doing. There's probably some chanting, some vocal, somatic, material components involved to the spell.
So now we know that the last place the crown was seen was at the court, and now there's a scale at the court that was from the crown.
And I know
Just
Ulu can be
saying.
kind of messy and careless. Not careless, but a way of organizing things. It seemed a little unusual.
I'm trying to retrace my steps. The last that I took it out of my bag was the court. When was the last time I saw it in my bag? I think I didn't notice it was missing till we were at the castle. But was that before or after the prison? I think it was after the prison. The last place it was physically out of my bag was the court. Oh, this is hard.
Was it not the court's dealing to look into the Church of Mysteria to begin with? Were they not somewhat... Did they know anything about the other gods before we did?
Would I have an indication?
Weaver and Capar are the ones who gave you the Book of the Old Gods. They're the ones who had started investigating.
Her diary?
Mm-hmm.
Her diary was the one that was like, "Mysterious lie," something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose anyone would be Weaver and K-pop, but they trust Ulu enough.
But Ulu had a scale.
I think Zilla's also saying this in a way as so that the two casters can also be taking in this information and not trying to like dump or divulge, so that they can kind of process and hear and cast at the same time.
Absolutely.
Short stops.
Godfrey makes it all the way around the outside. This conversation happens. Ziba checks her bag. Livy and Morgus complete their ritual casting of the spell. And I got distracted by the roleplay. Now I need to remember what I'm looking up.
We do it at the same time just to be dramatic.
Real quick, Daniel and Ed are both on either side on the bottom, on either side of Sierra. So when you're both dancing, it's like...
You now must do that when you're concentrating on a spell. It's the way you remember that you're concentrating. If you ever stop, you lose concentration.
No!
Do you ever come across that man on TikTok with the shaky balls? That's... I imagine that's a spell casting time.
Awesome. So, Detect Magic was cast by Morgus. Tells you what school that the spell is and what it does. Does it tell you what the spell is? I didn't think so. Thank you.
Yeah. Faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I can learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay. You learn that this is abjuration magic. And that it is serving the purpose that you thought it was, to keep something out.
So it's meant to block us from entering, not to block something from the inside coming out.
Yes.
Okay. I will share that information with the group.
Has Morgus written this down in your summation of this? Have you been right, or did you just sort of pick up on it and vibe it out, or did you like describe it?
Morgus, the initial evaluation that kind of pointed in this direction was from him drawing on his expertise. The Detect Magic spell was a confirmation of that. So at best, yeah, he's kind of vibing this out, but it's more of an educated guess type of evaluation. So he's making something based off of his expertise, but no, he doesn't usually take notes or write things down.
Livy, I think the words of the spell have got you here, in that to be able to read the language, you have to be able to touch the thing.
Yeah, isn't it like a stone pillar?
No, it's a part of the light that is making up the barrier of the wall.
Oh.
If you would like to try to touch it, you can.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I can throw a stone at it first to see what happens.
Can I ask above table real quick if Morgus would have any, from his evaluation and the detect magic, would I have any inkling about any kind of reaction this thing might have or not?
It's going to repel anything material that tries to enter to cross it very strongly.
Yeah. Okay. Livy?
Yeah.
Let's... That barrier is going to react fairly strongly if you do the touching of the thing for your spell. I don't mean to discourage you, but I also don't want you to be a little pile of ash. Not that it would be that strong, but...
Fine.
I could play the devil's advocate here for a moment. Technically, Morgus wouldn't know this before Livy had the opportunity to touch it, because they all started ritual casting at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, although, what's the duration of ritual casting comprehend languages versus detect magic? Okay, so I would know this before his ritual cast would complete, so I could share it with him.
The casting time is one action, according to what Livy has in the chat here.
Well,
the ritual is just 10 minutes plus an action.
Oh, then we would be done at the very same time. So I don't know if I could stop him. Maybe I'm communicating that and then
blink.
Yep.
Press the red button. Press the red button.
And at that point, as Morgus explains it, he just goes, "As Exhibit A, it clearly demonstrates."
Okay,
let's see what happens.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, boy. That's a 14.
That's not enough. As I get my dice out, which I forgot to get out. So I don't even know if I have enough d8s right here. Okay.
Oh.
What?
Oh dear.
We'll roll 2 at a time.
So I found this great stone I could use to just throw at the...
What the fuck?
Just like that. That's
How
what
many
it
did that
does.
sound like?
That is 14 radiant damage. And you are blinded.
Oh! Cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Exciting.
I'm going to immediately run over to Livy and give you 10 of those back. I'm just going to put my hands on your shoulders and like a defibrillator just pump 10 back into you.
Shocked back to life.
Is that thank you, Godfrey?
You're right, Livy.
What? Oh, sure. Okay.
I
Are you okay?
appear to be somewhat blind.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. She looks back up at everyone. He's got something for that.
Well, don't you
Just
have
keep
something
blinking.
for that?
Make sure you keep blinking, let your eyes water. It'll work itself out, I'm sure.
All right. Don't touch the blinding light.
For everyone else, this very much looks like a camera flash, like a huge camera flash on the wall. And this
I don't like that.
They have cameras, but they don't have microscopes.
I'm going to have Morgus do an investigation, and I am going to see if I can use a dwarven thing.
Okay.
These pillars, this stone structure.
Oh.
May I make an investigation or a history check related to the origin of the stonework and use my stone cutting dwarven feature that is never used ever?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. Oh shit.
How'd you learn this?
Your grandpa can help you learn it, Ziba.
I can add double my proficiency bonus to the check.
Yeah.
So that means oh gosh. History is that plus an additional 3. So that makes it a plus 10 total for the modifier. And I rolled an 18 for a 28 to figure out like the origin of the stonework here. I want to know how old it is primarily.
Yeah. This stone is probably been here for 200 years.
Mm.
And what you get is that you are an expert at stones. Expert at stonesmithing. This is not a material you're familiar with in any way, shape, or form. This is literally the first time you have ever interacted with this type of stone.
Is the barrier around the stone pillars, or can I actually touch the material without touching the barrier?
You can touch the pillar themselves. It seems like the pillars, the light is emanating from the pillars on all sides, kind of closing off.
Yeah, but it's not like surrounding them. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I think Morgus is just going to slowly feel the texture of this material, almost awed by it. Livy, got a question?
Shoot.
I would say too, as you touch the stone, it kind of like ripples, like there's a magic around it. With that 28, I'll give you that.
Cool. My detect magic lasts for 10 minutes. I don't know if this check would take longer than that, but as I see that ripple of magic, can I tell what school it is if it has any?
It is illusion magic. And I would even say you're able to like tap, tap, tap in certain places, or however Morgus would do this, and drop the illusion magic on one of the pillars. And it looks like a solid black stone, just like from your visions.
Oh, you know what?
It's being
I
disguised.
could have written down the language and then done my spell.
That's a great idea, Livy. There's a disguise on these pillars. This is very strange, and we should probably back away and avoid this.
Give me an investigation check.
Morgus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. 15.
As you look up the pillars, sort of rounded at the top, and that black is shining. And you see at the, like, where it's rounded, like the flat face with the rounded top, almost like an eraser.
Yeah.
There is the etching of an eyeball in the very top of this pillar. Like the rounded edge of the front of the pillar has an eyeball on it.
Is it as though the eye is like looking down or watching like facing outside?
Facing outside, and as you notice it, it turns and looks at you.
I'm going to remove my hand from the pillar.
The magic comes back up.
There's a way that these pillars are aware of us and our investigation.
A weird security system who would disguise a bunch of rocks in the middle of the woods.
Those people were rocks.
Is this like rock racist?
No, I think whoever... My best conclusion is that the material these are made out of is not from here. It's from somewhere else. Like a different plane. And I have seen it before. Or something like it. And that the disguise is part of the protection. So that those who might be looking for something specifically are deterred from finding it. This is going to be a weird question. The aesthetic of the barrier, is it in stark contrast to the true form of this stone?
Yes.
Okay. Morgus will point that out.
Oh, thank you. Can someone do me a favor? And like draw what they're seeing right now in my notebook?
I think you hand the paper to Scylla, and then as Scylla is writing this on a piece of paper, Scylla just says, "Those who are here shall be warned. Always we're watching. Always we're torn." And she just tells you, because she can read it, what it is.
What? Can we all read it? I want to see.
They're definitely
It's up to
watching.
Liz if you write it like directly as it's translated, or if you write it in common as you are like translating.
Oh no! So I'm like sight translating, where as Livy, if you hand that to me, I can I'll sketch it out and call it out to you if you want. And like as I'm sketching it out, I'm hoping that maybe Livy is under the presumption that like it looks kind of like a triangle thing with a cross through it, and no, I'm just verbally telling you in common what it says.
Wait, how do you know what it says?
I don't know. School, extracurricular thing.
Listen, are
Give
you?
me a
I'm
deception
blind.
or a persuasion check, Liz,
all
whichever
went to
you
school?
prefer.
I don't necessarily know that it's deception. What am I? I'm gonna do persuasion because I don't necessarily. It's 14.
Okay. You can roll insight, Livy, if you'd like. Otherwise, with a 14, I would say generally you believe what Scylla's saying.
Sure.
But if you feel like Livy would be suspicious,
Oh, that's
you
a nat
definitely
one.
believe.
She,
Scylla.
I trust Scylla implicitly.
I'm probably
Scylla
really
could do
rusty.
whatever she wants. I trust her.
I think for the most
Scylla
part,
is
that's
helping
pretty
raise
accurate.
her child. How could I not trust her?
Godfrey's passive insight is 16, but I will keep that to himself.
Oh, yeah. Godfrey, you sense that maybe something's a little weird about that?
Oh. Okay, it's good. I trust you implicitly. I was just thinking that if you knew...
If
you knew it, then it would be a little shitty of you not to say anything because I'm blind now, but I trust you 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I know you would never put me in a situation where I would do something stupid if you knew the answer already.
You would not lie to a blind person.
Exactly.
You're not blinded anymore. That only lasted about a minute.
Livy blinks a little bit and oh, that's horrifying.
I don't know how accurate that was. It's been a while. It's just, you retain it. I probably wouldn't go around repeating it, but I think that's mostly accurate. Don't fuck with the box, I think, is the effect of it.
Livy is like writing down, because the spell does technically last an hour. He's writing down what he sees, like of the language, on his notebook.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he's going to work around this to hopefully not be blind again. If it still works, I don't know.
What did that say again?
It said, "Don't fuck with the box."
Yeah, don't fuck with the box.
Very straightforward. I commend whoever wrote that on the wall.
Could we get the translation one more time, please?
Sure, I have no idea what I said.
Well, okay, in that case, don't.
It's that ominous thing, and there are eyes watching you.
I think it was those who approach shall be warned. Forever we are torn, and ever shall we watch. Something like that. Shall we be watching?
That sounds pretty close, actually.
All right, so is there anything we could do about these walls or this box? Are we just going to stay here? Should we just keep going at this point?
They seem to
I
be
mean, I could try to boost someone up over the wall. Like, it doesn't look like there's a lid on it, right? It's just 4 walls. You could just go over.
I mean, I can try and boost someone if that.
They really look like they're doing
Who's
their
taller,
job,
Godfrey or so?
Godfrey is, remember right, terrifyingly tall. He's like 6'6".
Oh, damn.
Rail thin.
Okay, Slender Man.
5'8".
I have a very bad feeling about this.
5'6", 5'8". I do too. And I think we should leave, but also I'm very curious.
I'm growing less and less curious the more I realize just how similar this stone is underneath the illusion to what I've seen before. And he looks from Godfrey to Livy, and I've shared with you details about those visions.
Yeah, so we should do something about it then, instead of just letting it sit here and do whatever it's doing, right?
It doesn't look like it's hurting anybody. For now.
You know, I don't notice it hurting anybody either as Godfrey steps around in the dead grass.
Oh, yeah.
Making loud, ominous crunching noises.
Yeah.
There's like a few
Oblivious
dead
to the fact
birds
that it's
next
there.
to you, Godfrey.
Alright, I stand corrected.
So its influence is eking out of the barrier over time.
I don't know, so it only blocks things from going in, so if I get onto the inside, I should be able to walk out just fine, right?
Alright, I'll give you a boost, Godfrey.
Oh dear.
Tell me if I'm wrong,
also
Morgus.
I don't
Ready.
think you're wrong. I just don't like the situation. I can be ready to heal you when you get back out if anything happens.
Well, he's already dead, isn't he?
I was going to say that too.
It's anything like Scylla's, it won't work. Godfrey starts stretching.
Up.
Gotta do a crack in the back, you know, make sure the fingers are loose. Okay.
If you're going, Scylla and Ziba can boost you over.
Sure.
It's more of like a
Down and
circus
offer a-
type of fling, because this is kind of high. So I just need a deck save to see how you land on the other side.
Dex save.
Up.
13.
Speaking
That's
of
enough. You land a little hard on your knee, but you don't hurt yourself. You know, like you bend your legs to
do.
kind of, yeah.
I do have slow fall at this point.
Oh yeah, you're
a
fucking
monk.
fine. Monk shit. Great. As soon as you break the barrier, I think the rest of you see this before Godfrey even does, as Godfrey is focusing on slowing his fall. A single orange tubular thing seems to come out of that black circle. And as it Godfrey hits the ground, it turns rather quickly at the sound, and you see at the end of it is a blue irised eye. And I need Godfrey to roll for initiative.
Aye.
Uh, 22.
I got a natural 20 for a 25.
Right.
Damn. And we can't help in any way, including like spellcasters.
Unless someone else wants to go over next.
Only if someone else wants to go over next.
Oh, fuck it. Who's going over?
We're going to do one round of initiative, and then we'll pass it back to the team to see what happens. You see 6 more eye stalks pop out of this thing above the chest and face you. The first one you saw shoots a ray at you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 1.
Oh my god. Okay.
For a total of 3.
Hey,
Unless
Morgus.
this is against disease or being poisoned.
It is not. But I will say
Excellent.
one thing after I roll the damage.
Sierra, above table, could you let us know when anybody else can roll initiative?
That's
Okay.
17 necrotic damage, which I believe you are resistant to.
I don't think I am.
No? Okay.
Resistant to poison.
All right. And it's going to pop the rest of the way out of the thing, the portal hole that it has been hiding in. And before you, you see a round creature with tentacles and many, many, many eyes. As we go to Godfrey.
All right. Treasure chest in front of me.
Treasure chest in front of you.
Okay. I grab it and I try to get it out of the circle.
Okay. You're going to enter into the close melee quarters with this creature and then leave it. Have to do that. It's floating above the chest.
Yep. I will bonus action to Step of the Wind to disengage.
Yeah? Okay.
Pull the chest.
Give me just general athletics check. Pretty low slave. You're just pulling a chest.
That is a 19.
Yeah, you got it. You're pulling. How far can you get back out?
I have my movement and my dash, since it was my bonus action to disengage. That's 80 feet total.
Okay. You pull the chest out of the light barrier, the light doing no harm to you as you drop about 4 feet back onto the grass in front of your friends. And this creature looks like it's probably going to chase after you. And at this point, we'll have everyone else roll for initiative.
Oh,
Godfrey just gives a thumbs up.
Livy gives a horrified, what the fuck, but also thumbs up back.
Yeah. The 6 seconds is, I don't know what that is.
Edward unfortunately knows what it is, but Livy does not. Oh, Livy. Please.
I'm off to a great start here.
Are you?
11.
No, I rolled a nat 1.
What is with the nat ones tonight?
It's the balance. We start with the ones, we end with the 20s. It's good.
That is
That's
absolutely how it works.
That's how the game works.
Godfrey knows one thing. It's how to poke eyeballs.
Because that was a solo round of initiative, it will start back at the top with everyone else incorporated at their rolled time. So the creature is turning toward you all. And is going to fly a little bit closer. It seems to be hovering unnaturally, staying inside the wall of light just a little bit, and going to take its attacks at Godfrey again, the person who most recently stole the box. I need Godfrey to make a strength saving throw as one of the eyes discharge.
That's not in the box. Doesn't count. Ooh, that's another natural one for your friend Godfrey here for a total
What
of
is
4.
wrong with
You
this
watch
today?
Godfrey
Not
telepathically
nice.
just be pushed out into the trees about 15 feet away from you all, away from the creature. And then I also need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Godfrey.
Oh, okay, that's better. That's a 2 on the dice for a 9.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
100% better than my last roll.
One of your magic items on your person loses all of its magical properties until the start of this creature's next turn. If it has charges, it also loses charges, so let me know.
Make it your mask.
I don't think you have any magic items, right?
I only have one magic item,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the mask.
I'm not that evil.
Unless you count any of Avanash's potions as magic.
I do count them
I have
as
that and I
magic.
have a potion of healing.
Okay. I don't think you have anything that qualifies for this.
Okay.
All right. And there is one more magical eye shot. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Godfrey.
Okay. That one's a good there. I think. I hope. 18.
18 is enough. But you will take half of this damage.
Oh gosh.
$17 halved to...
8.
Yes, thank you. As another ray of necrotic energy shoots towards you. And that is to Godfrey.
All right. Am I prone after being knocked 15 feet this direction?
You are.
In the trees. So Godfrey stands up. He untangles himself from the tree and the brushes. He reaches into one of his medical pouches, and he sees the necrotic damage and just smears this cream into it, healing himself for 14
Cool.
points of healing as his bonus action. He's going to use his action and the rest of his 20 feet to move back and open up the chest.
Yeah. You open the chest. It's weird.
I close the chest.
You...
Ooh, no! That's enough.
I don't want to describe it, but I'm going to. Okay.
Okay.
The chest is about 3.5 feet long and maybe 2 feet wide. Maybe 2.5 feet wide. It has a flat top, so it doesn't have a rounded top like the top of the chest, but it is very ornate and it has a lock on it. But you're able to just open it. There doesn't seem to be like an actual lock. It's just the mechanism of the chest that is supposed to lock doesn't seem to be working anymore. As you break it and the rusty metal chunks off, there is satin that has been deteriorated away on all 4 sides of the interior of the bottom of the box. And you see this small, decayed being. You can tell by the skeletal structure they had hooves and skeletons, or not skeletons, snakes for hair. hooves for feet, snakes for hair.
Yeah.
There are a few rubies. There are gold coins where the eyes used to be, but they've since fallen into the back of the skull after hundreds of years of decay. That's what you see as you open the chest. Bonus action movement.
Okay. This thing is coming after this chest. Thing is in the wall. Godfrey's used all of his movement. I'm gonna self-impose. Yeah, sure. Godfrey just starts breaking that skeleton. He just starts smashing it. He's like, nope, you want this? I'm getting rid of this. Nope. Out of here. We're making bad decisions today, and Godfrey's in on it.
Godfrey's on a wild ride.
Give me a Constitution saving throw as the bones just start to splinter under your fists as you crush them.
Bad. That's another 2. That's a 4 total.
I rolled a 1 on a d6, so 1 piercing damage as you get some shards of bone into your knuckles.
Okay.
Morgus.
If I'm able to reach those gems after crushing that skull, I'll pick up those gems.
Yeah, you get like 100 gold worth ruby and 500 gold worth emerald from there.
Okay. Morgus, not being aware of any of this, plunges himself deep into magic, and his eyes start to glow blue with like gold and white sparks occasionally shooting out of them, and he's going to reach a hand outward toward this creature, and in the other one, he's going to start like pulling back and twisting a bit. And on his fingers are going to look like from nowhere these gold threads, and a little maelstrom of that sort of sparkly gold mist will start swirling in his hand, and the threads will wrap around into a sphere in the hand that he's pulling back toward him, toward his chest. And then around this creature, another bit of mist is going to start popping up, and those threads will also turn and weave into a sphere. And then Morgus is going to crush the sphere in his hand, and I'm going to try to cast Vortex Warp on this creature to get it outside of the barrier toward us.
Okay. As soon as you look towards this creature, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Natural 20 plus 5 for a 25.
You succeed, but you get the sense that this creature is not one that you would want to look at.
Okay. I need the creature to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
DC 17.
14.
Okay. As Morgus crushes the sphere in his hand, the sphere around the creature also, and then it reappears within 90 feet. And I want it to be on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like it to be right between Ziba and Scylla, sort of right about here.
Okay. You pop this weird creature right between your friends. Do you want it facing away or toward you?
I want it facing away from all of us, but I want it within sword reach of Ziba and Scylla.
Yep.
Morgus is thinking kind of tactically here. And then with my... Do I have a bonus action? This little guy... I think Morgus is then going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move over by Godfrey as I do that. So I'm going to Vortex Warp it within sword's distance of Scylla and Ziba, and then I'm going to move kind of over and back by Godfrey, and that's going to be my turn.
You see Godfrey punching a skeletal thing inside the chest, pulling out gems.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that in a minute.
So go to Scylla.
Scylla's gonna... I'm gonna have to turn around, so I think on hearing this thing kind of behind me, I'm quick going to turn around, draw my sword, and take a swing on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, if I can, going to... It's gonna be 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Sweet. I'm also going to go ahead and as I make contact with this, a combination of that sort of silvery blood effect, but the silver sort of, rather than it sort of splashing off like it has before in that previous effect, off this are bits of silver thorn that sort of spring out from the slash. And I'm going to go ahead and also throw a little divine smite into that too.
Heck yeah.
So it's going to be 13 damage, and then a little bit of radiant for 10.
Okay. You slash this creature right in the side of its head, opening a big wound. This like strangely coagulated, like deep purple stuff just like plopping out of where you cut it. This thing is bloodied. As we head to Livy.
How much damage was that again? 27?
Mm-hmm. Close to that, yeah.
Roughly.
I was going to do something different. You know what? Nope. Well, I'm going to stick to my original plan. With the 3rd level spell slot, I'm going to use Heroism.
Mm-hmm.
On me, Ziba, and Scylla.
Okay.
And immune to... the creature's immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier at the start of each of its turn. So that is...
4.
4, yeah. So at the start of our turn, we get 4, and we're immune to being frightened. Do I not... Would we count that as Livy's next turn or now?
You get 4 now, and then you would get 4 again on your next turn. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Ziba. And then I'm going to very bravely run behind the tree to the right.
What do you say to Ziba as you're running behind her?
Bravely.
Very bravely, Stabby Wall's back is turned. And then he gives a thumbs up.
Awesome. That's Ziba. You have this weird eye, round, floaty blob thing with tentacles facing away from you. Scylla just slashed it. It's shot some eye rays at Godfrey behind you. Everyone, Morgus and Libby have run away, but Scylla is still next to you, sword in hand.
Well, I feel like since Ziba rolled on that one in initiative, that this whole time she's been kind of fumbling to get her heavy greatsword out of her pack that she just so neatly put away, and this is why she never puts things neatly in her backpack. And as she kind of like lugs the weight out, you know, kind of in a way that almost lies to the weight of a greatsword, right? With the strength she's built up, we'll take this opportunity put before her by everyone else, Morgus putting in front of her, and adds very encouraging words and try and aim for the similar slashing point that Scylla just hit at.
Yeah.
I'll be a 22 for the first attack and 27 for the second attack.
Yo!
As a nat 20.
Let's
They
go.
come through when they matter.
Both hit.
Okay. Oh, gotta remember how to read.
Wow. Okay.
First is 8 slashing damage.
Mhm.
The second is, I think, 10 critical damage. Am I reading that right? Is it
Total.
I think it's 19 total.
I think it's 19 total.
19
yeah.
total? 19 total on the second for the nat 20.
You hit it into that slot, and this huge, just like glob of like this ooze just plops out, and like these weird stringy things that are moving that don't look like tentacles, but somehow look like intestines, but not really. Like the innards of this creature are just like floating with it in the air. As its eyes are looking around, it is slowly floating lower to the ground, but is still alive. As it comes
Nasty.
to its turn.
No.
Unless you have a
I hate
bonus
it.
action or movement you would like to take, Siba.
No, I'll stay right here.
Okay.
One question to ask. I may have just like missed it. It might have just been a miss, but did Scylla get 2 attacks on the attack action or just the one attack that was a spine?
Oh, I just got the one. Do I get 2? Because it's
You're
backwards turn,
level
right?
5 now.
Are you level 5 paladin?
You're level 5 now. You get 2 attacks.
Fuck, what? Sorry, I should know Paladin more by now, but I don't. This is baby's first Paladin. I'll take it on the second one. I'm not going to take up someone's turn on this. This is my bad.
Great.
Set it up for me anyways.
The creature, badly wounded, turns around to face you all. And it's gonna shoot some rays at whomever is closest. All right. Ziba, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I use a bardic inspiration on dexterity saving throw if necessary?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just keep that in mind. Don't tell me how it ends yet.
What about danger sense for barbarians?
Oh. Let me reread what that is. Danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws, but D&D Beyond should automatically factor that in, right? No?
No.
So I get a roll
It's only
twice?
against effects that you could see.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So I guess I'll roll again. Jeez, I'll take my first roll. First roll is a 19, second roll is a 6, so we'll take the 19.
Yeah, with the 19, you save as a flaming sphere of projectile fire hurls towards you, and you're able to jump back in time. Scylla, I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Can do. 6.
Okay, you are pushed back 15 feet past Godfrey and Morgus away from this creature.
Oh.
I need you to also make a Constitution saving throw, as this force is enough to push you into the light barrier.
Ha, fuck off, dirty 20.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're still going to take half the damage as the light flashes in your eyes,
That's
but
fair.
you are not blinded. 13 halved. I can't even fathom math today. So 6. 6 radiant
18 halved
damage.
is 9.
What?
Half of 18 is 9.
13 halved. You round up or down?
13 halved. Sorry, I heard 18.
Is it 7? You round up or down?
Down.
Round down.
Cool.
Great. Sorry, I just start to think about math and my brain goes, no. Just like instantly. That's so weird. Great. And with the last ray it has is going to shoot over everyone else towards Godfrey. And Godfrey, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you pocket these gems.
6.
Morgus is going to blur. I'm going to use a chronal shift. Please re-roll that.
Okay.
All right, I'll roll it like a little bit extra this time. Give it a little more juice.
Yeah, just give it a love tap.
All right. 11.
Nope.
Better. So much better than the first roll of 6.
Still not enough. As you take
Almost twice as good.
Yeah.
15 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
And it like hisses and spits and shows its spiky teeth at you all, and all of its eyes blink in unison as it's still glopping this globby goop to the ground. That is it. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell your friends, watch us on Twitch, listen to the podcast, watch on YouTube, share the VODs, take the clips, do all the things. We appreciate you all so much. Special shout out to any investors that we have. Thank you. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. I hope you have a really great day.